अरे वाह 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 वाह. This is really.
Yeah, this is a sparkline chart. This is
Uh,
sparkline column chart.
uh,
मैंने ना Pareto's chart में I have given some hypotheticals datas. Like I've given January to April, I've given target, I've given expenses. Okay, it's not like कुछ मतलब ये मैंने थोड़ा सा hypothetically किया है. Okay,
बराबर है.
sir.
Learning, ma'am. I can understand. We are
Yeah.
just learning. So, बोलिए please.
This is the column chart of January and February.
Right.
This is the bar chart, line chart,
Right.
pie chart, donut chart.
Right.
This is a combo chart.
Wow, 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 wow.
This is Pareto's chart.
Great.
And this is the tree chart, which and this is the sparkline chart, and this is the sparkline column chart.
Perfect, perfect.
So I couldn't do the pivot table because pivot table needs a lots of data. So with this small data, the pivot table was not happening. So can you share me some, where I can extract data so that I can do, for example, you have anything?
We can directly start with this only. Means it's nothing like small or big one. You
Okay,
can
okay.
with the month expenses, you can do Pareto. It's not big deal.
For the like this month express target, I can do pivot table.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so I will do. Okay, I'm not done, but I will do I will show you in the next class. Okay.
See, pivot tables are not that frequently used, but these charts,
Okay.
whatever you can relate to your actual experiences, you can do it whenever you are presenting it. As an
Yeah.
analyst, present it to the management, right? This is how the
Yes.
solution goes. This is why we chose this and not this, and so on and so forth. So for this decision analysis, we can use this chart whenever we need to. So
Yeah.
this is more than enough. Means that's perfect, no problem. Even if you try doing pivot chart, you can do pivot chart with number of like phone book. If you want to have, means phone book easily will have 20-30 rows, right? If you are
Yes.
saying do it with more data, you can definitely do it. So phone book mein kya aayega? There's a name, first name, second name, last name, there's a birth date, there's a phone number, and there's a state or city. So itna bhi aapne liya na, so you can easily do
Yes.
tables if you want more data, but you can still do with these as well. So don't worry.
Okay. Okay.
Representation, right? As simple as that. So we are representing certain trends or certain analysis in a pictorial format. That's all.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So this is really great. Thanks, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Anybody else have done?
So I will stop sharing. Okay.
Yeah, please, ma'am. Thank you.
It's okay. Thank you.
Anybody wants to share their, charts or graph if they have done it?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Hi,
Ravinder.
Ravinder. I actually got my expense list statement yesterday. I am actually doing it. I'll do it tomorrow. Actually, I have a commitment. Monday for sure you'll get it.
Sure, definitely. No problem. We normally meet on Tuesday, I believe, right? Yes, Tuesday.
Yeah, but I'll send it before the class.
Okay, that's also fine.
I'm actually, you know what, I'm just trying to really not just for the formality of doing it. I'm actually trying to build it for myself. So I have done some work today. I have categorized, but I want to do it really because I don't want in a very in a I would say detailed way, so that I can tell my kids this is what I'm spending on you every month and all that stuff. So that is why it's taking me some time. And I'm actually doing for last 4 months to see the trend. So
yeah,
yeah.
and we can study our life, frankly speaking, we can improve it. That's why we have these tools for us.
Yeah.
And we keep analyzing our life, right? And
Yeah.
that's how we do day by day. And that's
Because
really
I was showing my daughter the whole, I took the printout and I was showing, see how much you're spending on Amazon and how much you're doing. So I'm going to put it your name, right? Ria's expenses, Gia's Amazon expenses, and then you'll see how much you're spending.
I do
Because
it.
we forget, right?
Yeah, I have twin daughters. They are in 11th standard now. I tried to do it a couple of years back, and then they stopped using the charts in front of me. They know the chart now, But
This is
yes,
a good way. This is a good way,
I know.
actually. That
We have to make
That's
them believe how much, we unnecessarily procure something which we don't need at all. Or we just look
yeah.
at it
exactly.
one day and then we just leave it. It's just a waste of money, right?
Yeah,
And
we never used to do that. Like even my husband, if we go outside, he says, I'm gonna give you money.
our
But you know what? My
parents,
daughter is also learning finance. Like my grade 7 daughter, she's doing some finance stuff in her maths. And then she said, let me spend my money. And then he said, no, but I said, no, let her spend her money. And when she will spend and she'll say, I mean, I had $1,000, now I have 300. I have 500 left. I spent 500. Where did I spend? And then she'll realize, oh, my money is reduced so much and it took me so much
exactly,
time to save this money, right?
that's right,
So,
that's right. And
yeah,
this is approach. Even I tried that too. It helps. Even we can analyze our own, spendings, frankly speaking.
exactly.
So that way,
Because
we
there
can.
are certain grocery stores here like Costco, I tell you. I mean, you go, they display so much and sometimes you don't want it, you just grab it and see it, right? But, and then you see you didn't really want it.
Yeah. When I
Yeah.
was in Singapore, there was a store
It's,
called Aldi. If you ever heard, no, this is an Arabian chain basically. They
Yeah,
used to,
Aldi, yes.
yes, yeah. So they used to really have few items and the items which you need. If you go to Walmart or Sam's, it's just too much, and you feel like okay, ye bhi lagega, wo bhi lagega. But actually, when you come, means when you start using it, वो ऐसी ही पड़ी रहती चीजें, and then it got wasted, frankly speaking.
exactly.
You know,
अब वो एंड यू बाय अ हाउस मुझे लगता
right.
है एक रूम तो स्टोरेज की चीजों से भर जाता है यू डोंट रियली यूज देम यू
जो
जस्ट
अपन यूज नहीं करते, साल में एक आध बार यूज करते
एग्जैक्टली
हैं.
हाँ सो वो
चलो,
नीड और वांट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट
exactly. नहीं, and our parents were really great in these things. Means I'll not call stringent, but in a way they were stringent. They have these limited means, and they never spend like okay, chalo, even recording stuff. Okay. I don't know why these things happen, but we used to walk more than going for auto or something like that stuff. Just to save a couple of bucks, and that's how we may basically keep progressing it. Okay, chalo. Let's see. We are going to start high level diagram today. We have you understand the MOM part of it? Any question on
Yes.
MOM? Okay, MOM is simple enough, and once you start using it, the
Uh,
template. Go ahead.
yes, Ravinder, can you send us some sample where we can fill the MOM so that will be our one homework
Okay.
also. We can understand.
Yeah, rather than me sending you, search on a Google sample
Okay.
minutes of meeting, and you'll get
Okay.
quite a. Don't get baffled by the difference, because every company, every management have their own view of
Yeah.
the sequence, the top, the logo, and all those things. So you might find quite different one. But
Okay.
gist of it, we have these many points to be collected. Sequence doesn't matter. The color, the font doesn't matter. The content matters for analyst. Okay, and as these data is basically more or less understanding the thought process data, right? So everybody has a way to put it, right? Means every person puts his thought according to his or her culture, upbringing, religion, and so on and so forth. So for that matters, MOM differs a lot, and these are standard for the company, but still, whenever you do your MOM, you might add your own value to it. So this thing does differ. So don't stick to one thought process. Just try to understand what it contains on a importance level, like title of meeting, project name, the points discussed and action points are the most important. Rest, yeah, you might or you might not add it, depending upon your organizational policies and procedure wherever you join. Okay,
Okay.
chalo, let's start understanding high level diagrams. Now, what is high level diagrams? As we discussed a lot about conceptualizing the solution, right? So we try to do these high level diagrams in terms of understanding how the solution is being conceptualized. These are mostly dabbas, means these are mostly squares put in on the diagram with some arrows going here and there, as simple as that. It can be as simple as this is the need and that's the solution I am giving. Means left side the need means I'll just put the list services. So for that, we draw high-level diagrams. So high-level diagram explains the architecture, what it used to be, architecture that would be used for developing software product, project, solution, services, whatever you're giving. The architecture diagram provides an overview of entire system. This is really important. And it also adds the connection with different other systems as well, identifying the main components that would develop for the product and their interfaces. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to give a finite drawing to the thought process shared by the client. Okay, so the VPHR told about enhancing attendance management system. So we'll just have the requirement, and I'll show you in a few slides how we do it basically. And you need to try doing it a couple of times, then you'll get a hang of it. Okay, the HLD, and this is normally referred as the HLD, and I'll keep referring as an HLD. Okay, so please remember, HLD is high level diagram as far as analyst goes. The HLD uses possibly non-technical, mildly technical terms. Mostly HLD are non-technical. Analysts are a non-technical person, but if you know technology, it really helps. Okay, and we'll basically keep deciding how we can upgrade ourselves. So how do you upgrade as an analyst? You keep learning technical things, like you learn project management, you learn product owners, you learn Scrum, Agile. These things help us out to plan or conceptualize the solution in much better sense. Okay, and we'll discuss step by step how it helps us out. In contrast to low-level design are normally done by architects and designers of the world. So these guys basically go and try to understand each and every block analysts have drawn in their SRS. HLD is an inclusion of SRS or SRD, whatever you want to call it. System requirement specification, system requirement document, right? Same thing. In contrast to low-level design, further exposes the logical detailed design of each of these elements for a program. So in FRS or functional requirement specification or FRD, functional requirement document, which is normally owned and elaborated the design by designers and architects. But as far as business analysts are concerned, whatever block they have designed, those blocks will be elaborated, explained, drawn in details, or they bifurcate those blocks into the actual functionalities or the modules required to create the solution. So that's a kind of next step, which is based on your HLD or SRS as a document completely. Does that make sense? Anybody have any question for me?
No, sir, it makes all sense.
Sure. Such an overview helps supporting components to be compatible with two others. So we are going to check the compatibility of solution as well. So whatever solution you are devising, whatever solution you are conceptualizing, to just conceptualize the thought process to actual system, how it should look like, how it should be. System in the sense, the solution, the services. So if you're developing a product of the enhancing recruitment management solution, I'll have a conceptual block where I'll basically mention to be migrated to cloud, because then it will be 24/7 with centralized database and all those things, right? Then I'll use iris scanner because biometric is not working in the cold places. Yes, any question for me, sir? No problem. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to relate the requirements, the wish list, and convert them into a solution. And you can basically mention in terms of how and why these blocks are there and what they're going to do it. Every type of end user should be identified in the high level design. End user in the sense actors. So all these actors are totally included or combined in a use case diagram, and then we have these use case conceptualized in HLD where I can tell them these type of user will use this type of conceptual block. I'll guide you how we do it. Basically, it's not that complicated as it looks right now, but still we need to understand the length and breadth, the overall, and what all we need to include in the HLD. Okay, any question for me so far? Okay, let's try to understand how we do it step by step. So all these high level diagram are normally conceptual, logical, or module diagram, or overview diagram, or bird's eye view, data flow, process flow, or business process diagram. So there are different names to HLDs. Okay, or HLD can be diagram or design also. It's a high level design. It's called bird's eye view, and bird's eye view is normally copied in functional specification as well, which is basically kind of Bible for the service support solution we are going to develop for our client. The highest level design should be briefly describe the platform, system, products, services, processes, functionality that it depends on or that it's supporting, including any important changes that needs to be made to them. The tools we are used, you can use pen, paper, you can use Microsoft Word. We normally use Microsoft Word, but otherwise we have Microsoft Visio, Lucid Charts, and whatnot. There are a number of tools available. Even HLDs can be made in unified modeling language also, but normally it's still not that famous. So there are some diagrams within UML which are not really famous. So this is one of them, but still the best way, pen and paper or Microsoft Word. I'll suggest Microsoft Word to start with, then we might look at a couple of others. The business process could be depicted in the business process flow diagram, which is included in the HLD, or you can have a separate diagram. So HLD can be one diagram, HLD can be a couple of diagrams as well, depending upon the companies you work for, the way they expect you. And they'll let you know in the template what type of diagrams they expect you to draw. And we can try a couple of these things, so don't worry. We'll have a hands-on practice on drawing a high-level diagram. Okay. The business process diagram. I specifically kept this, slide separate just to make sure we understand how this business process diagram with HLD supports the whole stuff, right? So let's, or gives a conceptualization to the whole solution. Business process model.
Hello? Hello?
Your voice is getting, Mr. Ravindra, your voice is getting disconnected for me. I don't know whether only
Yes,
for
for
me.
me also.
Yeah, same here.
It has
Yeah.
happened. It has happened 2-3 times earlier. I don't
Exactly.
know.
Yeah.
Yes, I was thinking he was. He's,
Hello.
hello.
Mr.
Hello,
Ravindra, we are getting your voice is getting, not getting properly. This has happened a couple of times, maybe
yeah,
for
it's
everyone.
getting it's getting mute for 30 seconds of yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, I'll start again. Let's
Like
start.
even in the previous slides, you were
Correct.
actually off completely for 1 or 2 minutes in between.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe the internet issue, I don't know, but
Yeah, most probably it does happen sometimes.
So what is the difference between business process diagram and high level diagram?
Good question. Business process depict business process model. High level diagram is an overall bird's eye view, conceptual diagram of the whole system. These are the business process. In a recruitment management system, the activity diagram which you draw for an employee registering his attendance is a business process. In a conceptual diagram, it will be just mentioned as a block. So the use case we need to include is getting the employee attendance registered every day, whenever he comes to office, and also take the whenever the employee exists. So the attendance is marked whenever employee comes in, whenever he goes out, and these two differences actually his working timings. That's how a normal conceptualization of a solution happens. But in business process, we will depict how Is he using biometric? Is he using iris scanner? Is the same time everybody comes, or do we have different timings for different employees, or have we planned to have different attendance registration mechanism to support different employees coming at a same time, right? So these type of things are normally mentioned in a business process diagram. In terms of high level diagrams, we'll just have one square bracket or a line mentioning employee attendance to be recorded in the morning and the evening, or whenever employee comes and whenever employee leaves the office. So that way, does that make sense, ma'am?
So that means
Sir,
a
can you
business process diagram will be a detail of each and every component of a high-level diagram?
This is not no, ma'am. This is a process diagram. That is a conceptual model. Give me a minute, and this I'll show you a video where you actually will get to know the BPMs. The high level diagrams are more common than BPM, but there are some BPM consultants specifically draws BPM diagram based on your HLD. I'll explain it to you. Give me a minute.
Because the requirements or the wish list are basically the processes of the business, right?
Right. So mostly activity diagram can be renamed as a business diagrams, but there are few additions. I'll tell you why. Yes, sir. You have any question for me?
I have a question. Can you
Yeah.
please share some diagrams for the high level
Yes. We are
diagram?
going to share. We are going to draw our diagram, and
Okay,
that
great.
will be the homework for you as well, to draw BPN as well as high level diagram. Don't worry. We are going to
Thank
draw
you.
this, and we are going to work on SRS as well, which I say is the most.
Hello.
I think it's muted again.
Yeah.
I think he has to reconnect. Maybe that is the only solution, I believe.
From the